Hey, how's it going, everybody? Gonna finally show this thing off to you guys. I picked this up towards the end of last year at one of my local thrift stores for $200, which I seldom ever will spend that much on a retro system, but this is something that's been on my wish list for a long time. This guy had it at a thrift store on consignment, and the price was crazy ass high when it was first there. I'd swear it was around $300, so he gradually knocked it down some, but still wanted an eBay price, which looking at the box, I could see why it sat there forever. The box shows the age. I mean, it definitely has been packed around a bit, but I don't think many people that looked at it took the time to take it out and look at the actual computer. That's what sold me. This computer looks like it never was used, or maybe just a couple of times or so. I mean, it is mint condition, right down to the paperwork. So, speaking of paperwork, gonna show that first. Reason I was putting it off is because just wasn't just this year that's crappy. The previous year is crappy too. Just it's been one thing after another. This year just won the crappy award, thanks to my sister passing away. But it's the way this thing's packed. It fits really tight in the box, so you gotta have plenty of room so you can set it on the floor and gradually lift the box off of it because it's thin cardboard. And I've had to tape up some of it, which I'll show you guys, just to keep it in the condition as found, but really easy to tear. And I'm trying to keep it in the condition as found. As somebody tried to get it out of the box when it got moved, as for a while it was on a shelf, and then the guy just had everything on the floor in a corner of the thrift store. So I think somebody reached in and tried to just yank the thing out fast and snapped off a piece of the foam here, which fortunately they stuck it back in the box, so I was able to glue it back on. That's some of the problem too. This foam is old and brittle, so it doesn't take much to break it, so I just got to be really careful. Is the way they did is 3 layers, lid here with a little pocket area to hold the manuals and everything, and then the other 2 parts are the trays for the keyboard and then the system and the games and whatnot. Let's see. Forget what this is. Okay, these are game manuals here. This system was competing with Nintendo. So instead of duck hunt, bug hunt, as you get a light gun with it. So, original manual for that. And then, let's see. Remind me if I'm fried here. Look at the box. What was it? Oh, okay. That was it. Also came with the cartridge Flight Simulator 2. Thought I had... Maybe I do just have the one. I'll see. I haven't taken this out of the box in a while anyways. Two-sided map here. Came with Flight Simulator. Okay, I did have another one. I think this is another map. Oh, no, this is just yeah, this is just unpacking instructions and just saying pick a space that's got plenty of ventilation so it doesn't overheat or anything, the usual. It's funny, man. I'm used to like manuals for like Sega Genesis carts and Nintendo carts and stuff. That's the manual for the flight simulator game. Thick ass frickin' manual. It's just crazy. And then this system has missile command built in. Kind of the same way that they did the built-in games on the Sega Master System for the original Master System, where you just turn it on and it boots up. Anyways, instructions for missile command. Just warranty card. Okay, I do have another map. Another map for the flight simulator game. This is also funny to me. Another thick manual for the keyboard. I think it's also just showing you how to do all the command prompts and stuff. Original owner's manual. Let's see what this is. This might have been brochure. Okay, this is just a brochure showing all the stuff you can get. Like RGB monitor, high-resolution monochrome monitor, dot matrix graphics printer. Here you go. Hard drive, or hard disk drive, with a full 20 megabytes of space. Then micro floppy disk drives, modem. And showing off some of the software, like music composition, database manager, spreadsheets, word processing, graphics and design. And showing not the computer that's in the box. Let's see, that's an Atari 1040 ST. On those types. All the ones that this one's kind of modeled after, I'm yet to find. I found all the older Atari computers, so at least I got the older ones, and now I got the last ones. I got to get all the middle stuff and possibly hang it from the fucking ceiling because my name's James. I'm a hoarder. Alright. Mind me, guys and gals, if I'm going slow here. Keep all this in a Ziploc bag so it stays the way it looks. Do not want any of this stuff getting trashed. Okay, now for the box. Which it shows its age, but not too badly beat up. Definitely displays nice. Typical 80s computer box. It's nice and big. And then Show some of the games that you can get for it. A picture of the system. Same thing on the other side, the serial number. More on the bottom here. Like I say, you can see there. It's pretty thin cardboard. Picking it up from the handle now because it's empty, but if you guys find one of these, don't pick it up by the handle. I guarantee you'll probably tear the lid right off, man. It's got enough weight to it, this stuff would just fall apart, especially now. It's been since the late 80s. Let me see. Let's see if I can find a date. Okay, this says copyright 1987. So, year before my graduation from high school. Ship cards here first. Say, man, it uses cartridges from the older systems, so they just changed up the look a bit. This one for Bug Hunt. And the one for Flight Simulator 2. And this, for something that they removed, I don't mind one bit, because usually when I find these, they have dry rotted off of it. It's the type of rubber they use, and here in Arizona, rubber, just different types, dry rots like crazy. That's why there's so many fucking kids running around. All them rubbers dry rotting. Otherwise, yeah, it's got the little areas on the bottom of it if you wanted to put on rubber feet, otherwise they're missing. Bottom of the joystick, and same joystick as the 2600, just different color. And right off the bat, man, this cam just doesn't do anything justice. It's no justice whatsoever, so take my word for it. This looks like it never got used. Everything I said looks like it never got used. It is just minty as can be. It's beautiful condition. In fact, I got it all taped up. Original switch box. Still has the sticker on the back of it that they never stuck it to anything, so it's pretty much mint. In fact, something funny, there is a, I don't know what nationality they are. They might be Korean or whatever. Anyways, there's a really cool skate shop / variety store here in Kingman. And, it made me feel like those cool old variety shops that I'd run into in California and stuff, where there was stuff in there going way back. Anyways, they sell the old switch boxes like this. I don't know for how much, like maybe a couple bucks at most, but yeah. First time I've seen any of these in years and years and years, which, unless the system just has to have one of these, I still recommend getting that little jack that screws onto the coaxial and then just do a straight connect, because these, they just wear out. They always have. But cool to have the original one. This frickin' light gun. I really like the look of it. It's just freaking cool looking. Nope, they don't have a regular name. It just says Atari and then the Atari logo and just XE system. And this, I tried it out on a little TV, and it was hard to see how accurate it was because small screen. I literally just moved a TV out of my garage that I believe is maybe like a 20-inch screen or something, or maybe a little bigger than that. I can't remember. Big enough to where I should be able to test this out better, because some people have said it's not real accurate from a distance, but I don't care. It's just freaking cool looking anyways. It's a light gun that came with the system. Just a really cool looking light gun. Okay, now down to the keyboard. And that button there is the help button. And the way it goes onto the system, it's got those two clamps that just go onto the face of it, and then just a short cord that plugs into the side. And I don't want to try and look through the owner's manual to find it. I think if you have the keyboard hooked up, there's a button sequence you got to press when you first turn on the system in order for it to boot into Missile Command. Otherwise, it just boots into Basic. So once I get the system out, I forget what it is. Otherwise, if you have this disconnected, where you're just using it as the standalone game system, you just turn it on and boom, Missile Command, unless you have another cartridge in there. Stick it there. Say, man, just looks like it never got used, hardly at all. Just can't believe somebody would have this and not use it all the time. Nice little dainty power supply here. This is where cord that you plug in, a little bit heavier than the one that plugs into the computer. Otherwise, if it breaks, and grab yourself some nails and just pound them into it here and there, and then just hold it by this and use it to fight off zombie hordes. Because, yeah, real freaking dainty. And, how did they do this? This is where I've seen them do it with one of the other Atari computers that's a little bit before this one. It's one of the same style, to where somebody had made up a 5-volt adapter, kind of like the same situation that they did for the ColecoVision, where it's a little adapter that plugs into it, so you can just plug it in with just a cell phone adapter. It's 5 volt. Otherwise, it just says output 5 volt DC 1 amp, which would also be, I believe, 1000 mA. It said that. And input 117 volt, 60 hertz, 22 VA, whatever that is. Another one to where it's all glued together, so if you had to bust this thing open, good luck. But yeah, I'll have to look in on that and see if anybody has made any kind of adapter for this thing to where you can just use like a cell phone type thing. Gotta look at my other computer adapters. I don't know if any of the others work on this or not. I think a lot of them were higher voltage. Otherwise, it's not like I'm going to be playing it much. I say I want to keep this immaculate, so I only take it out occasionally. Like craving to play a game on it. This computer itself. All those pastel colored buttons. Where you got power, start, select, option, reset. I'm thinking that maybe it's either select or option that you hold down if you have the keyboard connected, and then you turn it on and that boots it into missile command. It's something like that, something simple. Looks like. And let's see. It is kind of weird how they did the joystick and keyboard ports, but that kind of stuff doesn't bug me. Like I say, for me, the weirder the better. They're at this oddball angle, so when it's plugged in, it's kind of hard to get your fingers in there and get a grip on it. Otherwise, it's for plugging in the keyboard. And then see those two slots to the front of it there. That's where the keyboard latches on. And same thing on the joystick ports. They did it at that weird angle. And on the back of it, the way they did it for composite, it just has one jack for audio and then one jack for monitor. Otherwise, I think the channel switch on this is either 2 and 3 or 3 and 4. I can't remember because I just use composite. And then next to that, it just says television, which would be your RF out. And then on the other end here, it just says perpetual. Be your printer, tape drive, modem, floppy drive, and then your area to plug in your power supply. Looks like everything's staying stuck good. Must have used pretty good glue here. I keep waiting for one of the stickers to try and lift off because of freaking Arizona, but so far so good. Just everything about it is just freaking perfect. So they only go in one way. And you can tell the owner of it, if they used it, never used this, as it was stuck to the inside of the container here. It still has residue all over it. Anyways, that's just the cable for RF. Anyways, let's see. Some other carts here somewhere. Where am I at? Huh. Lose track of time there. I thought I was closer to 30 minutes. Well, I'm wrong on the XE cards. I thought I had more. Okay, that's what it was. I had some off-brand ones. I thought I had more of the XE cards other than just this. Anyways. This is the only one I originally had in my collection. It's Desert Falcon and let's see. I may be wrong here, because I haven't had them out in a while. I think this will play on all the older Atari computers, but the 600, which I believe is the only one that is strictly RF for your video output. That was like their VIC-20 of computers. So all my other ones put out in a composite video. I'm pretty sure that's it. Let's see, what's this one? This one's Squish 'em, made by Sirius. Similar looking cart. Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, Death Star Battle. That's what Parker Brothers cart looks like for that computer, and all the older ones. Otherwise, this is what the older carts when it first came out looked like. One for basic computing, and then had this metal plate on the other side with just the Atari logo. And then this obviously just has the one cartridge slot. Originally the Atari 800 had dual cartridge slots, and I believe the 400 that they did for kids I think has dual cartridge slots. That's another one that's on my list, the 400, that's got that membrane keyboard, which everybody says sucks, but I want it because it's freaking weird. It's just stuff like that, man. It's where when I see it, I grab it, even if it's something I got to work on, as long as the price is right. So, very seldom do I find these old computers to where I don't have to do much to them. Hence this. It's already working beautifully. So, well, I think I will call it quits on this video. I'll put everything away later. And I got other stuff to show. I just don't know if I'm going to use this camera. I might switch back to my regular old iMac so I could do a better quality video. Found some more knives not too long ago to add to the collection. A couple of switchblades and a butterfly knife that I've been meaning to show off. So easier to show it on that where I can just sit at my computer desk. Otherwise, saw a few little glitches in the audio and stuff, and it could be because I did have the fan running and stuff to where this microphone is just really freaking sensitive. It picks up everything in here. Every little noise it picks up. Just overly sensitive. And I can't find anything in this video editor program to change the output for the mic. It's kind of like you're stuck with whatever its default settings are. So either I'm missing it or it's something they left out because I'm using the free version. Otherwise, good enough. Hopefully this came out better than the last one, being that I'm starting to freaking sweat in here. Doesn't take long. Got air conditioning, it just doesn't reach my room very good here. So, catch y'all later.